Hey everybody, this is Dominic DeAngelo of BrassRingMedia.com, and it is time for another Brass Ring Media interview. I like doing these, and especially like doing these with newer talent and up-and-coming talent as well. One I'm happy to bring here today is Big Daddy Adrianna Mosley. Adrianna, thank you for joining me. I'm excited to have a conversation with you, learn a little bit more about you and your journey in pro wrestling and what's to come for you as well.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So September 20th is the Bell to Bell event in Paulsboro, New Jersey. So if you're in the area, check it out. Adriana, can you talk a little bit about that event? What makes this thing special? You guys got some cool stuff going on with this.
Well, what makes it so special is it's an all women's promotion. Those are very rare.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, it's really rare to have a all women's promotion that is successful. And every girl is different. Every
Mm-hmm.
girl brings something different to the table. And I love that for us because then we have it's like a big melting pot, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's ever since the start of this promotion, it's been nothing but a great time being there.
It seems like a very cool. You're right though. Like, there's not an all women's promotion kind of thing that's going on. Mission Pro has it down in Texas, but other than that, it's just like to find something as unique and special as that. It's kind of a tough thing. What aspects of being an independent wrestler, a women's independent wrestler in today's world? How has that been for you? What kind of challenges have you faced, and or what kind of benefits have come from that too? At the same time, is there anything that really stands out to you?
I think the biggest struggle with being a women's wrestler, and I mean, it's changing from the time that I actually started wrestling until now. Women's wrestling is getting bigger. But when I first started out, I think the biggest struggle was having people take me seriously because back in the day, women were seen as just eye candy. We didn't really know how to wrestle. We were on some wrestler's arm, and we were kind of still seen as the valets. And then um, if it's a women's match, it's like, oh, like this is just a little filler. Let me go to the concession stand. Whereas now we're headlining pay-per-views and we're having these big matches. So um, it's great that it's changing, and I think also that's a big benefit is because women's wrestling is getting bigger in the business. It gives us a bigger opportunity to grow and to learn um, different styles of wrestling, and kind of putting different experiences under our belts.
Yeah, yeah. I think what's a really fascinating aspect of it too is like you're right though. It's like a lot of in the earlier days and stuff like that. You go back even like little past 10 years or whatever, and there was that dynamic of like, oh, eye candy and that aspect of it all. And it's evolved so much that even today, when I'm watching the product and whether it's mainstream or independent wrestling, it's tough to even differentiate wrestling from one
Mhm.
another because it's like, oh, a women's main event, it's just the main event. It feels like now it's not like there's that distinguished aspect. There's certainly that neat thing of where it's like, oh, these are women wrestling and like it's off to a bigger level, but it's very indistinguishable now, which I think is a very cool aspect of it all at this
Yeah.
point too. So did you grow up a fan? What did what kind of got you into wrestling a little bit? Was it being a fan, or did you later on get into it?
So later on, got into it. My friend had took me to a show,
Mhm.
and I at first I was a little skeptical because I would see the flyers around my town, and I'd be like, whatever, like, this is corny. Because I remember I watched I think it was SummerSlam when Undertaker was really big, and I forget what storyline he had, but I'm just like, this is so stupid. And I'll probably, whoever's watching this, you can grab your pitchforks. I don't care. But yeah. Then when I went to an independent show, I'm sitting there like, okay, this is weird. And then when I started going more, I'm like, okay, I can get into this. And then it was like, all right, I really got to do this now. So yeah, if anybody, just I have to thank my friend for that. She really brought me over to the dark side. So
what was the local independent promotion you guys would go and check out?
It was, what was the first one she took me to? It was PPW in Delaware. They run maybe once in a blue moon,
Mhm.
but they don't run as much as they used to.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what really inspired you to actually do it and get in the ring and train and become a wrestler?
Um, I will say Kevin Brittingham. He was the general manager at 302. And I remember I was talking to him about that. Because at first they had what was called Spine Busters. It was a wrestling school in Delaware, in Felton, Delaware.
Hmm.
And I was talking to him, um, and he was like, "Yeah, you should be a valet. You could be a valet. You could be this. You could be that." And I'm like, "Huh." But I was a little intimidated because at the time I was a bigger girl, wasn't really physically fit, and he's talking about doing like tryouts and stuff. I'm like, I can't even do half the stuff that these guys did. So he kind of was the start of me actually getting into the ring and actually being in the business.
Okay, so that's pretty cool then. So it's just I kind of found too. So I work with the independent promotion out of Pittsburgh here, the IWC. There's a couple of talents there that are like that. They were kind of like you, where they weren't wrestling fans growing up, and then they kind of got hooked into it. And I found more often than not that a lot of the people that come in outside of wrestling, they're a little bit more attuned to how the business works in certain ways than even what the fans are because they envision it in a different way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, because I happen to notice that too, and I think did you find that to kind of be beneficial that you weren't aware of like all the ins and outs of wrestling and the storylines or the big angles or whatever they may be in the did you
Yeah.
find that kind of beneficial to you?
Yeah, I did. Because at first I was like, I don't understand any of this kind of stuff. And then I know when people are like, well, did you see this? Did you see that? Like, this is the psychology behind it. And I'm like, and I work in psychology, so I'm like, all right, like I can get that,
Hmm.
but um I don't know. I guess it's because maybe I don't see that, I hate to use this word, the mark side of it.
Sure.
Uh, so I guess it's just like, coming into something different and then learning that without, being a fan, I think is kind of beneficial because then I wouldn't say, I think I have a different drive, if that
Hmm.
makes a different drive than people. I think I'm more like, this is not, this is a dream, but it's not like my childhood dream, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Absolutely. Because I was going to follow up too, like balancing life with wrestling is such a can be difficult, but if you are able to distinguish one another from, hey, wrestling is not my life, I have a life outside of this, has that kind of been easy for you to do after you got into like working shows and doing the stuff in the ring? Has that been easy for you? Has that been difficult to kind of separate one from the other?
It's easy, but then also it can get difficult at times. I think it's easy because I don't kill myself. And this is not nothing against anybody that goes to like Thursday shows, is traveling all around. Um, I think it's a lot of people. Pro wrestling is what they depend on,
Yeah.
and so they're not really taking care of themselves mentally, physically, and they're quick to get back in the ring, which I understand. But then also, from my aspect, is I have something to fall back on. I already have a career outside of that, so it's like if I become successful in business in wrestling, then I become successful, and then I still have something else to fall back on. Whereas with other people, it's like I gotta do this, or I'm not going to be anything.
Right, right. There's no like fail safe almost at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure too you get a lot of passion out of psychology in that realm of things. And um, how cool has that kind of been for you to be able to implement some of what you learned in psychology into the pro wrestling world?
It's pretty cool because then it actually helped because when I think of gosh, I can't talk.
I
Um,
can't either.
like, when I come
That's why I do
off,
these interviews.
yeah, I know. I'm like, when I'm off the clock, I don't really think. I don't really have my working brain on. But then I think with wrestling, especially when I'm at training, um, and I'm coming up with ideas, and my trainer would be like, "Now, if you did this, how would it? Why would it make sense? Why would it make sense for you to do this? Why are you doing this?" And I'm like, "Well, because it's cool." And he's like, "Well, what's the psychology behind it?" I'm like, "Okay, this makes sense."
Yeah, yeah.
So it's good because I also it also gives me the opportunity to kind of learn different ways to use psychology in my matches. So then I'm like, okay, well, this is how I can get better, and this is how I can captivate the crowd with this instead of this, and kind
Hmm.
of work with that.
It's really a trial and error kind of thing too.
Yeah,
And once you find, I guess, the right rhythm and stuff like that, then you like kind of organically can make an attachment to the crowd in certain ways. So
yeah,
it's such a wild business. Like like I grew up a fan, but it's like knowing the ins and outs of it all and how some wrestlers think in certain ways. It's very very it's so weird. It's just
yeah.
a weird thing. Um. Oh yes. What is something in wrestling you take a lot of pride in?
For one, not having to deal with technical technology. Oh my gosh. But I think my one thing I take pride is in inspiring people.
Hmm.
Just because I did have a lot of like, especially with women, you don't really see a lot of bigger women like me wrestling and doing their thing and having the confidence that I have. So a lot of people feed off of that. And one thing that I was really happy because there are moments where I'm like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. It's not worth it. But this one girl hit me up and was saying that she was inspired by everything that I was doing and she wanted to start wrestling. So she did, and she was thanking me because she was like, if it wasn't for you, I'd probably never be doing this. So that's just inspiring people is what keeps me going.
That's definitely a rewarding aspect that I have to think, you know. My brother, he wrestles, and so he even the little interactions he gets, like he just start off basically, and so like if a fan comes up to him, I'd be like, man, I can see how this is really kind of a good motivator for things a lot of ways. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. What is something that you want to work on a little bit more, or is something you like to get better at?
My promos.
Yeah.
That's one bit. I mean, my wrestling, I could do better on. But I think my promos is a big thing. I mean, I can talk crap. You give me a mic and I can talk crap for days. I don't know why people do that. I hate that. But
You're revving it up outside,
yeah, like so irritating. Um, what was I gonna say? Gosh, freaking motorcycle.
working on your promo.
Yeah. So a good friend of mine, Alex Kane,
Yeah.
um, I send him my promos from time to time to kind of get some critiques on it, just because he can talk shit. That
Oh,
man can talk shit. So
you might. You might.
I want so a lot of people, your wrestling can make it believable, but I feel like your promos is just the icing on the cake. If you can talk shit and you can wrestle, or even if honestly, if you can talk shit in general, um, in wrestling, I feel like that's something that's definitely needed. But if you, I'm not even gonna get into that, but yeah.
If you want, whatever it is.
I was gonna say, like, there's a lot of people that can talk shit but not wrestle. But
Right.
like,
No, there is.
so yeah, it's embarrassing. Like, you need to know how to wrestle and you need to know how to talk shit.
You got to find the balance of it all. I think if I was
Yeah,
to like, put like a hierarchy of what's important, I would say persona and character and being able to talk shit is like number one, but you have to be able to wrestle too. It's
yeah, I
you know,
agree.
that's like, you know, 1A and then 1B or whatever it may be,
Yeah,
you know. Um yeah, you seem to have a lot of cool interests outside of wrestling too. What has been some cool influences you like what aspects hobbies or whatever it may be, music, certain aspects that you've taken into wrestling that might have like. helped you out, I guess, a little bit.
A big nerd.
Yeah.
A big gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Streaming. I need to get back on it. I used to stream religiously, and I feel like that helped out a lot because with streaming, I'm kind of introverted. I'm a little antisocial and awkward. So I think just even though I'm not face to face with somebody, I think it's good to have that interaction on camera because there's going to be times where um, if we're shooting a promo and they like, let's say you need a live promo, you need to learn how to, talk to people through that because you can have a promo like a live promo in front of a crowd and maybe 100 people, but there could be thousands of people on the other end of that camera watching your promo. So I think with streaming and gaming, it's also helped me. And then playing Call of Duty, they hear a woman in the freaking lobby, they are on my ass like
Oh,
rat.
I believe it.
So being able to talk shit back to people online has helped me in wrestling because I have comebacks like this. Somebody say some stupid crap in the crowd, I'm on them. So yeah, that helped out a lot.
How's your Call of Duty skills? Are you good?
Oh yeah.
Are
Oh,
you?
I'm a certified sniper.
Oh my God. I tell you what, I'm fucking brutal at video games. I play Fortnite with my buddies just to socialize, but I'm like, you basically could take the controller out of my hands and I'd play better because I'm so bad.
Oh
Oh,
shoot.
yeah, I'm so bad at it. I love, like, I grew up playing video games and all that stuff, but it's just like, I don't know. I lost the touch at some point or another. But, wait, did you have some favorite video games? Call of Duty? What else are you into?
um oh my gosh, I played so many hours on this. Minecraft.
Okay.
That's my therapy game. There was this sci-fi game. It's called No Man's Sky. So, you're basically like an alien, and you're seeing different planets and stuff. Um, I got hooked to that game. I don't know. That's the first thing I would wake up and play in the morning. What else did I play? Red Dead Redemption was a big
Oh,
one.
my all-time favorite
Yeah,
is
I love Red Dead Redemption. Oh my gosh.
yes.
But
Do you do
yeah.
online? Do you play online mostly, or did you do the story mode?
I play online, but people piss me off so bad on there. I'll be minding my business trying to do a quest or a
Dude,
mission, and
yes,
somebody just shoots me out of nowhere. I'm like, mind your business. Like,
that's it. No, that's what pissed me off so much about it too. Oh,
oh my gosh. It got to the point where I was just like, all right, you need to leave me alone.
yeah, yeah. I know. I'm like going on a bounty hunt or whatever it may be, and it's just like some guy just runs in and shoots me off my horse, and then I get
Yeah.
mad. I'm like, you don't kill my horse. I'm going after you.
Yes. Oh my
Uh,
gosh. Ugh,
yes, that's a great game though. I
it
need to get
is.
back on there and play it.
So do
Uh,
I.
yeah, I don't. They never do anything with the online component of it all, though.
They
That's the.
don't.
It's like all the focus is on GTA from 15 years ago, but it's just like,
Yeah.
why not do like what they did with the Undead Nightmare and all that fun shit they did with the previous one? I'm like, there's so much you can do here, and it's just.
Yeah, they don't listen. They're so worried about GTA 6 now. I'm like, okay, Rockstar, whatever.
Yeah, come on, keep your priorities straight. Yeah, but promos, I'm with you though. It's just like, I always tell or think talent too. It's like social media is such like a wide range of things and everything like that, and it can be very toxic and stuff like that. But wrestlers can use it to their benefit. We're just like promote yourself and get yourself out there and like throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks exactly. But it's a good thing to kind of like. Because I always think about like how Ricky Starks kind of got into AEW was like he just did video content on his own, and I think Cody Rhodes took note of it, and boom, he's on AEW, and it's just like
Yeah,
shit like that can happen, and it's just like I always like am very big advocate for talent to just be like throw your stuff out there, see what happens,
yeah.
It's very big into that. Let's see what else. Okay, it's some rapid fire kind of thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be rapid fire, but you can take it at the pace you want to. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Right now, it's Asuka.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's I've been watching her since day one, and I love what she's doing now. So Yeah, I'm a big mark for that.
You ever have the intrigue to paint your face or anything to that effect?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
All
I
right.
barely want to do my makeup half the time. I'm like, I just sit there like at a show. I'm like, I really don't feel like putting on makeup right
I do commentary for the IWC, and so like I'll get there and I'm like, what's the bare minimum I can wear, like that I don't have to change into a suit or anything like that.
now.
Like I don't want to deal with all that crap,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Do you have a dream opponent?
Oh, mm. This seems. I would say Mercedes Monet.
Nice. Yes. She is super talented. That's the thing too, is like she's not ultimate on the microphone, but her in-ring work is just, on another level.
Yeah.
And she's got charisma and she's got a personality. I think sometimes she gets unfairly criticized for that, but ultimately, like she's a complete package in regards to what, women's wrestling is and what wrestling is, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is the latest thing that made you laugh?
Struggling with my computer.
That's true. Yeah, I guess I witnessed that firsthand. All right, guilty pleasure.
Binge watching those little AI cat videos on Facebook.
Oh my God, what is it? What is the AI cat videos?
So it's like they come up with these little storylines with the AI cats, and most of them don't make sense. And I just okay. And then another guilty pleasure is looking at a funny video and just going through the comments because the comments are sometimes funnier than the actual video.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my guilty pleasure.
I'm not aware of the AI cat stuff. I got a lot of cats because I have a cat, so it's like my feed is all over with the cat memes and stuff. But I don't know the AI cat stuff. That might be a rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
Yeah, it's not because I'm trying to climb out of it.
You can do it. I believe in you. What's on your Spotify lately?
Ooh, Sleep Theory.
Sleep Theory is okay. I'm not familiar, so fill
It's an
me in.
up and coming band. I forget how I discovered them from like a video. I think it was on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
and ever since then, I just been hooked to their songs. Like I try to my Spotify is pretty diverse, but every single time I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen to something else other than Sleep Theory. And then I'm just gonna listen to this, and then I'll just go back and no, I listen to the whole album. But yeah, they're really good.
Do you fall into the habit of like if you hear a song, then you just keep playing it over and over?
Yes, me at the gym today. I was like, and I got to put it on repeat. Like, especially if I'm in a depressed mood and I'm listening to depressing music, I'm like that song didn't hit enough. Like, I restarted it. Let me restart so it hurts a little more.
Now, do you put amped up music when you work out, or do you have like a mix where it's like, oh, this is kind of a bummer, but I'm still gonna do biceps today or whatever? Maybe I'm gonna
Yeah,
still.
like I'll listen to amped up music, and then sometimes like I feel like I'm bipolar when it comes to that because I'll listen to um some mellow stuff or like really sad or slow music, and
Right.
then I'll get mad again, and then I'll just amp it up again. So, yeah.
I tend to do that. I'll have like James Taylor on, and then later on I'll go and like, yeah, I don't know, Metallica pops up later on, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I can go boxing now. That'll be good. I'll be good. All right. Yes. What have you been watching? What have you been into lately? That's kind of whether it's helping you in wrestling or just not, or if you're just watching for entertainment.
um, I've been watching. What have I been watching? I've been watching Power. Um, on Hulu. That was pretty good.
Mhm.
I think it's been helping me to get kind of like that persona because it's about like a drug dealer, even though my gimmick isn't a drug dealer. But it's about powerful people, and I think that's something that I need is to kind of get like feed off of that to kind of help my character.
Yeah. Yeah. If you had to, if you had to give a thumbnail sketch of what your persona is to somebody, I guess that's getting introduced to you, how would you present it?
I'm saying it's a cult leader. The ultimate feminist, all about women. Um, kind of, being that psychologist where it's like I feed off of your biggest insecurities and I use that against you to control you.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's pretty good right there.
Yeah, like nobody I don't see it a lot, and then like it's kind of like Nicki Minaj said, like these girls are my sons, as kind of like my I don't even know what you say that is. My quote or whatever. My motto. That's what it's
Your motto. Yeah.
my motto.
Great. I love it. That's great shit. Cool. Is there anything else you want to plug or get over or let people know about?
Just have bell to bell. I will be taking some time off of wrestling. I have a surgery coming up. Um, so if people have been asking where I'm going to be, I'm going to be at Bell to Bell. Well, one
Mhm.
CW this weekend, Bell to Bell next weekend, and then AXW up in Hamburg, PA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that should be fun.
Nice. Little change of pace and stuff happening. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Good. Well, cool. This has been fun. Yes, guys and gals, if you're into, check out Bell to. Is it streaming anywhere? Can people check it out like online or anything like that?
Yeah, they can actually find the matches and different like past shows if they want to look at past shows that they have missed out on. They can go to belltobell.com
Okay.
and watch the show.
Okay, great. So if you're not in the Paulsboro, New Jersey area, you can check it out via the website, or you can be there at Paulsboro, New Jersey on September 20th. Bell to Bell help support women's wrestling and get the word out. But cool, Adrianna, this has been fun, and we'll have to get back together sometime and chat it
Oh,
out. So,
thank you for having me.
yeah. All right, we'll see you next time here on brassringmedia.com. Help support the show and check it out. All right.